Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to the WWE Raw review where we take a look at what culture's ups and downs. There's 5 downs, 6 ups, gives you an idea as to what they thought of the show. We're going to see if we agree. So let's get straight into it. We've got our first down. It's Miz throws cold water on hot feuds. I disagree with this one. I think the match was so-so. I mean, really, if you want to give the match a down, then, okay, I'm not going to argue with that. But I like the message that it sent because Miz hit 3 skull-crushing finales at the end. He was climbing the ropes and shouting at the hard cam. He really wanted to send a message over to LA Knight that there's no games now. And I really like that. It got me more excited for their match on Friday. Then we've got not how Babyfaces act. So I just don't care enough about this for it to be a down, to be honest. That basically what they're saying is that Xavier was a bit passive-aggressive backstage. He made the comment that Drew is just annoyed with Kofi because Kofi won his title at WrestleMania 35 in front of 82,000, and that's fun. We'll come back to that. Whereas Drew won his in front of no one at WrestleMania 36. It's a bit passive-aggressive. I agree. It's not really how babyfaces should act, but I don't care enough about it for it to be a down. I just want Drew to turn heel. That's all I'm waiting for. And I don't know why it's taken so long because Drew is frustrated. He's watched Cody come in. He's watched Seth win a title. He's watching Judgment Day dominate the shows. He's watching Damian Priest get the money in the bank. And what's Drew got to show for all of his hard work? Like nothing. He's got nothing. He can't even win the IC title from Gunther after trying on a few separate occasions. So, yeah, I think that we just need to turn him heel and get going with that. So, a slight passive-aggressive comment from Xavier Woods, just that I'm not bothered. The reason why we said let's come back to the 82,000 comment is because Dave Meltzer is reporting that that was a dig at AEW. I don't know if that's true or not. Obviously, AEW did their show All In London. That was 81,000 and some paid fans. And so WWE just making a mention of 82,000. I must admit, this kind of pettiness, I'm not here for it, right? This doesn't appeal to me. But who knows? Who knows if it really was a dig or not? Or maybe it was just Xavier being a little bit cheeky. We may never know. Then we've got who is Seth Rollins. So Seth was saying that he's discovered who he is. This is who he is. The outrageous clothes. This is the real him. I agree. I don't think this is the real him. I think what he might be saying is that he's found who he wants his wrestling character to be. That might be who he is. Obviously, he's been the Messiah. He's been the architect. I don't think those have ever quite fitted very well. Monday Night Rollins was incredible. I still think Monday Night Rollins is the best version of Seth, but he seems to be happiest with what he's doing right now. But I agree, I don't think this is the real him. And the other thing as well is that Ricochet was being beaten up backstage and Seth did nothing. So if this really is the real him is a douche, right? Because Ricochet helped him last week and he did nothing to help Ricochet. So you can give this a down. It's a bit of a weak down, but you can give it a down. And to be honest, anything Seth had said after that amazing Shinsuke promo. Shinsuke is killing it. Shinsuke is the one. Seth should lose this title to Shinsuke, right? It's got to happen because those video packages are too good. They are too good. You know, Shinsuke was saying, would the fans still sing your song if they remembered who you really are? Like all of your friends, like their bodies line your path. Like saying basically that, you know, you've betrayed a load of people to just get where you are. Would people still sing your song if they remembered that? I mean, I think they would, but, you know. Then we've got Raquel needs a change. I'm going to disagree with this. I don't think she needs a change. They're saying that the matches have been a little bit flat. I agree with that, but they haven't been a disaster either. I think they've been pretty good. they've been perfectly acceptable. So I don't think that's a problem. The crowd were a bit flat. I just think the crowd were a bit flat. I wouldn't blame that on Raquel. You can blame Rhea as much as you can blame Raquel. And I don't think anyone's asking for Rhea to get a gimmick change. So, I don't know. I don't think she needs a change. I just think that we're waiting for her to win the title. We're delaying it because it's going to happen, but it's just not happening right now. And the other thing is, I think she's quite big with the Latino fans. She's a big female babyface at a time where we need big female babyfaces. We actually don't have loads. So, yeah, I think Raquel is fine. I think this is fine. It's just not her time. Then we've got a final down, and this is a waste of Cody. I'm going to agree with this. I really thought we were going to do something more exciting than Dominic Mysterio. And out came Dominic Mysterio. We were saying, could it be Bronson Reed? Could it be even Drew? Like, could Drew have turned heel earlier in the night and then confronted Cody? So, you know, there was all these thoughts that it could be these people, and then it turns out to be Dominic. So I agree. We've been here before. I didn't need to go back here. I was hoping for something more. Then we've got the ups. So we've seen, can they coexist so many times? So many times. But this time, it did work. It did work. You know, Jey and Kevin, they're not on the same page. There's issues there, and they had to try and work together to overcome the Judgment Day. I'm going to agree with this, but I am also biting my lip because we've seen, can they coexist so many times, but this was a good example of it. Then we got Hey, a women's tag feuds. Hey, I'm not giving this an up because this is just more women thrown together. Like Zoey's coming off of quite an interesting angle with Trish. Shayna's coming in from quite an interesting angle with Ronda. We haven't got anything for them to do, so now we're just putting them in a random tag team. And now here they are battling away with Piper and Chelsea. Another random tag team. Like, where's Kaden and Katana? Where's Alba and Isla? Like, it's really hard to get excited about a women's tag feud when it's once again been thrown together last minute. The point they make on What Culture is at least these teams weren't just chucked together on this show. At least they have done a little bit of groundwork. But we are scraping the barrel. We are really scraping the barrel if this is going to be deemed an up. I'm actually not down on the feud, though. I really like Chelsea. I think she's funny. I like Zoey. I like Shayna. I like Piper as well. We just don't see much of her, so I can't say I've really got, like, she hasn't got any momentum, let's put it that way. But I like how she intimidates Chelsea. I think that's fun. So I'm actually not down on this match. But an up? Really? Not for me. Then we've got the right man for the job. This is another quite weak up. They're just basically saying that Kevin Owens did a decent job at the start of the show, right? Yeah, it was fine. I mean, it wasn't anything amazing. There's been plenty of people that have got issue with Jey Uso. Kevin is just the latest one. They could have gone in a few different directions here, and it did make for quite an interesting, compelling segment. So I am going to agree with it. But I have to say, some of these ups, they're not the strongest ups, right? They're not the strongest. We are proper scraping barrel stuff here. Then we've got a new beast in the women's division. You could make a joke about scraping the barrel again here, and that's why Nia's come back, because there's not really any other options for other big, credible women that could have returned. But I am so on board with this. I really think that under Triple H, she could be a monster. She could be a beast. She could be booked the way she should always have been booked. So I'm actually quite excited about this. I don't think this return is a scrape in the barrel, trying to find some experience and credibility. Because in all fairness, the Raw roster is a bit thin on the women's side. I made the point of Bayley. Obviously, Sasha left. Naomi left. Bayley has gone over to SmackDown. Bianca is over on SmackDown. Asuka is over on SmackDown. Charlotte is over on SmackDown. Like, we are struggling for experience and name value over on Raw. Bringing back Nia and then hopefully booking her right could be a big dub, actually. So I think this is a stronger. Then we've got Jey has got work to do. They're just saying it's good how each week is struggling to win people over. It's making it interesting. I agree with that. Again, not the strongest up. I don't think you can mention this every week. But I agree. At least we're doing something interesting. And then the final one, 6-man gold. They're just saying it was a great match and the build was good. Yeah, fine. I mean, what I will say is when the match was made, it did feel a little bit like, oh, God, this is going to lead to a 6-person tag in it. And you see it coming a mile away, and that does make it less satisfying. We've seen this, I mean, literally every week. I'm pretty sure every week there's a load of guys that get in the ring and then a match is made, like a tag match is made. But the end result was very, very good. And ultimately, I think it leads to Chad getting that IC title from Gunther. So, you know, it matters as well. So, yeah, okay, I'll give it the up there. And that was it. Not the strongest of ups. A fair few downs. For me, I'd probably settle on this being like a 6.25 out of 10. If it wasn't for Nia's return, I would be in the 5s. I don't think this was a very good episode of Raw. I don't think it was a disaster. I think it was fine. Dare I say, acceptable. But yeah, it needed that Nia moment to really, like, you know, make it stand out. So in the end, it settles at a 6.25. But without the Nia moment, it could have been quite flat. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Appreciate the support as always. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.